Hello, everybody, and welcome, my HCKT family. Now, wanted to get out and show you a little bit of Evarts, how beautiful everything is. And I've also been wanting to show you this for a while. This is our train station, what's left of it. It is a landmark in Evarts now. Pretty big, too. Down there. Here. First the top of it. And then we got us a caboose right here. The caboose is, they have one in the town of Harlan, too. Four-wheelers coming by. Now they got these things parked all over Kentucky. All over. Go back to the back side here and get a good little look at it in the shade. It's all boarded up. Can't really get in to see anything anywhere. I don't see anything in there. Oh, got the first look. You all got the first look, because I stuck you up to that window right there. Oh, there's one that's clear and clean. Let's see. Y'all tell me what you see now. What we got in there? Hello, Fuzzy. Anybody home? All right. Now, this is what I really want to show you. Is this monument's over here. See how my plug's holding? See if we got air. Yeah, we still got air. I've drove by this a bunch. Usually when I do, it's dark. All gave some gave all, remembering the men and women who paid the ultimate sacrifice for our country. We salute you. So I guess this might be Evarts. I don't know. Now this is cool. Serviceman and a servicewoman. It's very neat. Very good detail. Very good work. Very good work. Carl H. Dodd. I remember seeing his name down there at the Huff Park walking track when I done that video on the servicemen that lost their lives there or whatever that had served. They had their pictures up. Carl H. Dodd served in World War II and Korea. And please forgive me if I don't read too good. Place of birth, Evarts, Kentucky, on April 21st, 1925. Home of record, Kimver, Kentucky, Medal of Honor. Now, Kimver's right up 215 there. Department of Army, General Orders, number 37, June 4th, 1951. The President of the United States of America, in the name of Congress, take the pleasure in presenting the Medal of Honor to First Lieutenant Infantry, the Second Lieutenant Carl Henry Dodd, ASN 0226-2354, United States Army, for conspicuous gallantry and interpreted, above and beyond the call of duty while serving with Company E, 2nd Battalion, 5th Regimental Combat Team, 24th Infantry Division, in action against enemy aggressor forces at Subuk, Korea, on 30 and 31 of January 1951. First Lieutenant Dodd, given the responsibility of spearheading an attack to capture Hill 256, a key terrain feature defeated by well-armed, crafty foe who had withstood several previous assaults, led his platoon forward over hazardous terrain while hostile small arms, mortar, and artillery fire from well-camouflaged enemy emplacements, which reached such intensity that his men faltered, with utter disregard for his own safety. First Lieutenant Dodd moved among his men, reorganized, and encouraged them, and then they handily charged the first hostile machine gun nest, killing or wounding all its occupants. Inspired by his incredible courage, his platoon responded magnificently and fixed bayonets and throwing grenades close on the enemy and wiped out every hostile position as it moved relentlessly onward to its initial objective. Securing the first series of enemy positions, Lieutenant Dodd again reorganized his platoon and led them across a narrow ridge onto Hill 256, firing his rifle and throwing grenades. He advanced at the head of his platoon despite the intense concentrated hostile fire which was brought to bear on the narrow avenue of approach. When his platoon was still 200 yards from the objective, he moved ahead and with his last grenade destroyed an enemy mortar, killing the crew. Darkness then halted the advance, but daybreak, First Lieutenant Dodd, again boldly advancing ahead for his unit, led the platoon through a dense fog against the remaining hostile positions. With bayonets and grenades, he continued to set a pace without regret for the danger to his life until he and his troops had eliminated the last of the defenders and had secured the final objective. Lieutenant Dodd's superb leadership and extraordinary heroism inspired his men to overcome the strong enemy defense, reflecting the highest credit upon himself and upholding the esteemed traditions of the military service. Well, thank you, Carl H. Dodd, sir. You are a superhero in my eyes. Here is the Harlan County men who died in service during World War II. Let's see if the backside has names too. Oh no. This is the backside right here. Some gave all, some gave some. Okay? Because you never know, a lot of people died. I'm not going to read these. You all can read them to see if any of your kinfolk is here. I will scroll down it very slowly. The reason I'm not going to read this is I don't want to butcher anyone's name. Charles Begley. Wonder if he's kin to my stepdad. We lost a lot of good men. Fred Crider. Wonder if he's any kin to my boss's husband. Back to the H's. This is the last row on this stone anyway. I could be kin to any of these Howards. That JD I probably am. Thank you, gentlemen, for giving your ultimate sacrifice. Oh, here's the rest of it. Harlan County men who died in service during World War II. Let's see what's on the back of this stone. Home of the free because of the brave. We are proud Americans, proud Kentuckians, and proud Harlan Countyans. I always say, do you see that flag when it blows? It doesn't blow by the wind. It blows by the last breath of these soldiers. Let's continue. These are the L's. We had a lot of people die in Harlan in World War II. A lot of people. I did not know there was this many passed away. I wonder if any of these are still missing. That's what I wonder. Well, going to end up getting copyrighted over people. Their ATVs and loud music. I'm out here trying to make a respectful video. A lot of people gave their life here. To make sure I can sit here and do what I'm doing in peace. Edward Stewart. I hope all of y'all made it back home to your family. The backside of Mr. Dodd's stone says the same thing. Tells you here where he's laid to rest at, though. I didn't notice that on the front side or the other side, whatever. It's got his story and picture again. So Make sure it is the same story. Oh, this might be something else he did. Actually, let's see. The President of the United States of America, authorized by Acts of Congress, July 9, 1918, takes pleasure in presenting the Silver Star to Master Sergeant Carl Henry Dodd, ASN 0226-2354, United States Army, for conspicuous gallery and intrepidity in actions against the enemy while serving with Company E, 2nd Battalion, 5th Regiment Combat Team, 24th Infantry Division, in actions in the vicinity of Qingdong-ni, Korea, on the 7th of August 1950. On this date, when it was discovered that his platoon leader was missing after the platoon had been overrun, my knees are popping, had been overrun, he immediately reorganized the 12 remaining men and reoccupied the position and held out until the enemy struck from all sides. Seizing the danger of being overrun, he ordered the men to withdraw under his covering fire. He found that 2 men were missing. He personally, and with utter disregard for his own safety, exposed himself to heavy machine gun and small arms fire to assist them to withdraw under his covering fire, thereby undoubtedly saving their lives. Upon arrival in the company area, he was in such exhausted state that he had to be evacuated himself. His heroic actions and inspiring words of encouragement were directly responsible for the splendid showing of his platoon and greatly assisted them in retaining their area of responsibility until they were driven off by a superior enemy force. He was further responsible for the safe evacuation of all known casualties from the platoon position. He checked the area to determine whether or not any had been overlooked before he withdrew and was the last man to leave the position. The gallantly displayed by Sergeant Dodd reflects great credit on himself and his military service. This dude was a Rambo, man. This dude was a straight-up war hero. Harlan County men and women who died in service during the Korean War. Once again, you all can read it. I do not want to butcher any soldiers' names. And these are all the soldiers that died in the Korean War. Thank you for giving up your ultimate sacrifice. To me, this is backwards. Men who died in Vietnam. Men who died in service in World War I. Let's do World War I first, since it's the oldest here. Harlan County men who died in service during World War I. There wasn't a lot, but there was a few. And these are the ones that perished in Vietnam. I hope they all made it home and nobody's missing in action. Alright, let's see what's on the back of both of these. Okay, the back of the one that we was just at, American flag. I served, I sacrificed, I regret nothing. I'm a U.S. veteran. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. No great love hath any person than to lay down their life for their country. Amen to that. Kentucky's flag. Here's the Army, Coast Guard, and Army National Guard SEALs. Marines, Air Force, and the Department of Navy. There's your true bad boys, ain't it? The Marines. Coal miner. My mama, a nurse. U.S. Army. Rescue squad. All the fire departments. And the city police of Evarts, established in 1921. Oh wow, guys. These are actual dog tags. It's pretty neat. Got a lot of them. There's Ben Zundy, coal miner. Silas Whitehead. So some of these are coal miners, some of them are military. Coal miners use the same kind of tags to let you know when they're in and out of the mines. City council, that's a little weird. Here on these. Well, we start over. Somehow or another, where I had to answer my wife there, I messed up. I'm sorry. Very sorry about that. Okay, there's Edward. these two together. Go a little slow before you go. Oops. Getting out of focus. I shake so bad. I'm sorry. I do the best I can though. With what equipment I got. There's the last three. Nice little place to sit and pay your respects. See if there's anything on the back side. No. More of the caboose. Well, guys, I want to thank y'all for watching that. Like I said, we're right in the middle of downtown Evarts. Right across from the Evarts Funeral Home. Make sure you subscribe if you've made it this far. Make sure you comment. Tell me what you think about it. And give it a like if you liked it. All kinds of pretty trees blooming. Well, let's go see what else we can get into. I'll see you all on the next one.